All right, this is my introduction to my week 1 summary and introduction to week 2 for introduction to HR class that you're currently in. Sorry, I'm using TechSmith, a new tool called Snagit, and it's a little bit of a challenge. So bear with me as I do this, but hopefully you will appreciate being able to hear my voice and having me share with you the important pieces of what we're going to be working on. So first off, I'd like to welcome everyone. We have a great class right now. There's 24 of you that are super active, and I really enjoyed reading your discussions and the unique your one unique piece about you. I was really impressed that there's a couple of you that this is your last term and you will be graduating. How exciting is that? Several of you have children, which is exciting as well. I noticed that most of you are working, and so your schedules are going to be super duper busy. But I'm assuming if you're in this class and it's an online class that you kind of have your time management skills down. I would highly recommend going back and looking over all the people that are out there. You may know some of the people already, but decide who you'd want to work with. I mean, I saw some people say that they are both a leader and a follower. That would be really, really important person to have on a team, especially a simulation team, and especially one that's basically online, although I'm going to show you how to use a new tool we have in Blackboard called Ultra, and it'll allow you to actually have conferences with one another, and you can just do that right from your computer wherever you're at. So go back, look them over, and make sure that you are thinking about who you want to pick as a team member for your simulation. The team sizes will be 4 to a team. And that will be happening in a couple of weeks, and I'll provide you with more information as we get to that. So just what is human resource management? Your textbook went over at the beginning the functions of HR, and when I asked you what you thought we would be learning about, a lot of you hit on this. So it's staffing, performance management, human resource development, compensation, employee and labor relations, safety and health, which I don't think anyone indicated that, but huge component. Like when you're going to be going over laws this week, it's going to be talking about OSHA and things like that. And then also human resource research. So that's the cool part about human resources. I think it's Bradley that's actually an HR major in this class, and how exciting. You have a lot of different options that you'd want to go. Maybe you want to be just in the recruitment side of it, or maybe you want to be an analyst for compensation, or you want to work with unions, with labor relations. But there's so many different areas you can go into in the HR function. So hopefully this will give you a little bit of taste for that. Why do you need to know this information? I think that's probably a question. Your textbook kind of went over it. It talked about, if you're a line manager, you're going to have to understand the laws. You're going to have to understand what you can and can't do. So it's a critical piece to any business. And if some of you are going in and going to be starting your own businesses, it's even more critical because you kind of have to be that person that knows everything, which is really difficult sometimes. So you need to be aware of what's happening around you, and I liked how it went over that towards the end of the chapter. I'm just going to give you a couple of examples. So while you're reading this, be thinking about what's going on. For example, in the labor market right now, if you're reading the newspaper or anything like that, you're going to hear that a lot about a shrinking workforce. Baby boomers are going to be retiring at record numbers, and businesses aren't sure how they're going to be able to fill all those open positions. So that's just one example of, as you're reading and taking this class, think about what you hear and read about as far as current events go. Another one is our legal considerations, which is what you're going to be learning more about this coming week. There's been tons of different things coming through. Think about the ADA, Americans Disability Act, where they've added different unrepresented groups to that. I mean, so there's just tons of stuff that's going to be happening in the area. And as you read, I highly recommend that you try to find something every day that's relevant to what you're reading about in this class, because I think that's going to help you really be able to apply and use the information. So going into week 2, and I apologize, I will not be able to get the videos done usually until about this time on Tuesdays, even though the week starts at the beginning of the day. The competency that we're working on is explore employment laws. And so what you're going to be doing is looking at basic employment laws. There's a really, really good video out there that Lori Olson, the HR program head, created, and she allowed me to share with you. You're also going to look at what impact labor laws have on the HR function. And I think you'll maybe be surprised at how much impact they actually do have on the HR function. And that's what's going to lead you into this week's discussion board. So I'm going to be asking you some specific questions and some things for you to share with the rest of the class about labor laws. A couple of reminders. I know last week might have been, it's strange, every time you start another faculty member's class, they do things different, you don't know where to find them. But I'd like to remind you that the summary of assignments at the top of your weekly folder is also could be and should be used as a checklist to ensure that you have everything done for that week. So it'll say review the competency, check that off. Watch instructor's video, check that off. So that way that ensures that you will be able to, that you won't miss anything that's happening and you'll get all your assignments in on time. Each week you will be reading some information regarding the subject matter that we're working on. It's either going to be from your textbook or another source. There will be one week where the only information is going to be coming from the simulation handbook, but that's going to be really important to read that information. And then one final reminder for this week, and I will be giving out 5 extra credit points. I don't know if you like extra credit or not, but I will be doing this occasionally throughout. Basically, I'm asking you to complete an exit ticket, and it's just a short, anonymous response, providing me with the information I need to adjust the course so that it ensures that I'm actually meeting your needs. So have a great week too, and if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to email me and I will get back to you just as quickly as I can.